Awakening from oblivion. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where stars twinkle like distant promises and nebulae swirl in cosmic ballets, there existed a realm of formidable power and unquestionable authority known as the Galactic Empire. Across countless star systems and in the depths of space, the Empire reigned supreme, its dominion unchallenged and its reach unfathomable. At the heart of this empire, nestled within the grandeur of the Imperial Citadel, sat Emperor Zerath, a being of immense stature and unforgiving ambition. Under his reign, the galaxy had been reshaped, civilizations conquered, and countless species subjugated. Yet amidst the Emperor's iron grip, a shadow lingered, an ancient legend whispered in hushed tones among the stars. Once humanity had flourished among the stars, their achievements unmatched, their spirit indomitable. But in the annals of history, their light had dimmed, their legacy faded into obscurity. The Empire, with its relentless expansion, had deemed humanity extinct, a mere footnote in the galactic tapestry, or so they believed. Deep within the forgotten corners of the cosmos, a spark flickered, a remnant of humanity, buried beneath layers of time and secrecy. For centuries they had watched from the shadows, biding their time, nursing the flames of defiance. Now, as the galaxy teetered on the brink of chaos, they emerged from the ashes of oblivion, their resolve unbroken, their purpose clear. Among them stood Captain Alexander Renard, a veteran of countless battles and a symbol of humanity's resilience. With a ragtag fleet at his command, he set course for the heart of the Empire, his gaze fixed upon the Imperial Citadel and the tyrant who dwelled within. As the stars streaked past his viewport and the hum of the engines echoed through the hull, Renard knew that their journey would be perilous. The Empire, with its legions of loyalists and formidable warships, would stop at nothing to crush their rebellion. But he also knew that their cause was just, their determination unwavering. For humanity had not faded into the annals of history. They had merely been waiting for the perfect moment to rise again. And as the first chapter of their story unfolded amidst the vastness of space, Captain Alexander Renard and his fellow brethren prepared to defy the Empire, to challenge the forces of darkness, and to reclaim their rightful place among the stars. Little did the Galactic Empire know, humanity's extinction was but a myth, and their retribution, a force to be reckoned with. User. Echoes of rebellion. In the cold embrace of space, where silence reigned supreme and stars burned bright with untold secrets, Captain Alexander Renard and his fleet ventured forth, their resolve unyielding amidst the void. Each passing moment brought them closer to their destination, the Imperial Citadel, bastion of tyranny and seat of Emperor Zerath's power. As they traversed the vast expanse of the galaxy, Renard couldn't help but reflect on the journey that had led them to this pivotal moment. It had begun with whispers of dissent, murmurs of rebellion echoing through the darkest corners of space. At first they had been but a handful, outcasts, renegades, those who refused to bow to the Empire's will. But with each new recruit, their numbers swelled, their ranks bolstered by the downtrodden and the defiant. Now, as they sailed through the endless sea of stars, their fleet had become a beacon of hope, a symbol of resistance against the Empire's oppression. And yet, Renard knew that their greatest challenge lay ahead. The Imperial Citadel loomed on the horizon, its towering spires casting long shadows across the galaxy. But Renard was undeterred. With his crew by his side and the fire of rebellion burning in his heart, he knew that they stood on the precipice of history. They would not falter, nor would they fail, for they fought not only for themselves, but for all those who had suffered beneath the Empire's heel. As they neared their destination, Renard called upon his fellow captains to prepare for the coming battle. They had trained for this moment, honed their skills in the crucible of conflict, and now they would put their mettle to the test. With every ship in their fleet primed for combat, they set their course for the Imperial Citadel, their engines roaring with righteous fury. As they breached the outer defenses of the Citadel, Renard felt a surge of adrenaline course through his veins. The time for stealth and subterfuge was over. It was time to face their enemy head-on, to confront the tyrant who had sought to erase humanity from existence. With a defiant roar, Renard's fleet plunged into the heart of the Imperial defenses, their weapons blazing and their spirits unbroken. The battle raged on, a symphony of chaos and destruction as ships clashed amidst the stars, their hulls groaning under the strain of combat. But amidst the chaos, Renard remained focused on his objective. He would not rest until Emperor Zerath lay defeated, until humanity's rightful place among the stars was secured once more. And as the battle raged on, he knew that their retribution was at hand, for they were the echoes of rebellion, and their defiance would echo through the ages. Shadows of the past. As the clash between Renard's fleet and the Imperial forces intensified, a sense of urgency gripped Captain Alexander Renard. With each passing moment, the stakes grew higher, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. Amidst the chaos of battle, Renard's mind raced, searching for any advantage they could exploit against the overwhelming might of the Galactic Empire. It was then that a voice echoed in the depths of Renard's consciousness, a whisper from the past, a memory long forgotten. With a start, Renard realized the significance of the revelation. There was a hidden truth, buried beneath layers of time and secrecy, a truth that could turn the tide of battle in their favor. With newfound determination, Renard ordered his crew to search the archives of their ship, scouring every data log and historical record for any mention of humanity's lost legacy. It was a race against time as the battle raged on outside, but Renard knew that their salvation lay in uncovering the secrets of their past. As his crew worked tirelessly to unravel the mysteries of their heritage, Renard delved into the depths of his own memories, searching for clues that could lead them to the truth. And then, amidst the fragments of the past, he found it. A long-forgotten transmission, encrypted and hidden from prying eyes. With trembling hands, Renard decrypted the transmission, revealing a message from a bygone era, a message from humanity's distant past. It spoke of a time when humanity had stood united, their achievements unmatched, their spirit unbreakable. But it also spoke of betrayal, of a great cataclysm that had torn their civilization asunder. As Renard listened to the words of their ancestors, a sense of awe and reverence washed over him. Here, in the midst of battle, they had uncovered a piece of their own history, a piece of the puzzle that could change the course of their struggle against the Empire. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Renard rallied his fleet once more, his heart ablaze with hope and determination. They would not be defined by the Empire's lies, nor would they be shackled by the chains of their past, for they were the descendants of humanity, and their legacy would not be forgotten. With renewed purpose, Renard led his fleet into the heart of the Imperial Armada, their weapons blazing and their spirits unyielding. As they clashed with their foes, Renard felt a sense of clarity wash over him. They were not merely fighting for survival, they were fighting for the future of humanity itself. And as the shadows of the past gave way to the light of a new dawn, Captain Alexander Renard and his fellow brethren pressed onward, their resolve unbroken, their spirits undaunted. For they knew that their journey was far from over, and that the greatest battles still lay ahead. The Emperor's Gambit. Amidst the chaos of battle, within the hallowed halls of the Imperial Citadel, Emperor Zerath watched with cold indifference as Renard's fleet clashed against his own. Though his forces outnumbered the rebels, Zerath knew that victory was far from assured. Humanity's resilience had proven to be a thorn in his side, a reminder of a past he had sought to erase. As the battle raged on, Zerath pondered his next move. He was a master of strategy, a tactician without peer, and he would not allow a mere upstart rebellion to threaten his grip on power. With a flick of his wrist, he issued orders to his commanders, directing them to unleash the full might of the Imperial Armada upon the rebels. But even as his forces surged forward, Zerath sensed a disturbance in the force, a ripple of uncertainty that threatened to unravel his carefully laid plans. There was something different about this rebellion, something that set it apart from the countless others that had dared to challenge his authority. It was then that Zerath's gaze fell upon a lone figure standing amidst the chaos, a figure clad in the garb of a rebel captain, his eyes ablaze with defiance. It was Captain Alexander Renard, the leader of the rebellion, a thorn in Zareth's side since the moment he had emerged from the shadows. With a sense of grim determination, Zareth knew that Renard posed a threat unlike any other. He was not simply a rebel leader. He was a symbol of hope, a rallying cry for all those who dared to defy the Empire. And as long as Renard drew breath, the rebellion would continue to flourish. With a sense of urgency, Zareth dispatched his most elite operatives to deal with the rebel captain, to crush the spark of resistance before it could spread any further. But even as his forces closed in, Zareth could sense that Renard was not so easily defeated. He was a survivor, a warrior born of adversity, and he would fight until his last breath. As the battle raged on outside the citadel walls, a different kind of struggle unfolded within. It was a battle of wills, a clash of ideologies that would shape the fate of the galaxy itself. And amidst the chaos and carnage, Emperor Zareth knew that he would stop at nothing to ensure his victory, no matter the cost. A beacon of hope. As the battle between the rebel fleet and the Imperial Armada raged on, a glimmer of hope pierced the darkness of space. Amidst the swirling chaos of combat, a lone ship emerged, a vessel unlike any other, its hull adorned with the insignia of the rebellion. On board this ship stood Captain Elena Vasquez, a stalwart ally of Captain Alexander Renard and a veteran of countless battles against the Empire. With her ship, the Valiant Heart, she had carved a path of defiance through the stars, inspiring hope in the hearts of all who dared to resist. As the Valiant Heart surged forward into the fray, its cannons blazing and its engines roaring with righteous fury, Captain Vasquez knew that their moment had come. For too long the galaxy had languished under the yoke of the Empire's oppression, its citizens living in fear and despair. But now, at long last, a beacon of hope had emerged, a symbol of resistance against the darkness that threatened to engulf them all. With every shot fired and every enemy ship vanquished, the Valiant Heart became a rallying point for the rebel fleet, a bastion of courage in the face of overwhelming odds. As word of their exploits spread throughout the galaxy, hope blossomed like a flower in the desert, fueling the fires of rebellion and inspiring others to join their cause. But even as the Valiant Heart carved a path of destruction through the Imperial Armada, Captain Vasquez knew that their victory was far from assured. For Emperor Zareth was a cunning adversary, and he would not go down without a fight. With each passing moment, the battle grew more intense, the stakes higher than ever before. Yet amidst the chaos and carnage, Captain Vasquez remained undaunted, for she knew that as long as they stood together, united in their cause, they could overcome any obstacle that stood in their way. And as the Valiant Heart continued to press forward, its guns blazing and its crew undaunted, Captain Vasquez vowed to never stop fighting. For as long as there was injustice in the galaxy, there would always be those willing to stand up and fight against it. The tides of destiny. As the battle between the rebel fleet and the Imperial Armada raged on, a sense of urgency gripped the hearts of all who fought in its midst. Every volley of fire, every clash of metal, carried with it the weight of countless lives, the hopes and dreams of a galaxy teetering on the brink of chaos. Amidst the swirling chaos of combat, Captain Alexander Renard stood at the helm of his ship, his gaze fixed upon the Imperial citadel looming in the distance. With each passing moment, the citadel drew nearer, its towering spires casting long shadows across the battlefield. Renard knew that their ultimate goal lay within those hallowed walls, the defeat of Emperor Zareth and the liberation of humanity from the tyranny of the Galactic Empire. But he also knew that the path to victory would not be easy, nor would it be without sacrifice. As his ship surged forward into the heart of the Imperial Armada, Renard felt a surge of adrenaline course through his veins. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, and he would not rest until they had emerged victorious. But even as Renard fought with all his might, he could sense a shift in the tides of destiny, a turning point upon which the fate of the galaxy would hinge. For with every ship they destroyed, every enemy they vanquished, the rebels drew closer to their goal. As the battle raged on, Renard's resolve only strengthened. He knew that they were fighting not only for themselves, but for future generations, for a galaxy free from oppression, where all beings could live in peace and prosperity. With each passing moment, the citadel drew nearer, its imposing silhouette a stark reminder of the challenges that lay ahead. But Renard was undeterred. With his crew by his side and the fire of rebellion burning in his heart, he would press forward until victory was theirs. For they were the champions of humanity, the guardians of its legacy. And as they faced their greatest challenge yet, Captain Alexander Renard and his fellow rebels knew that they would not falter, not while there was still hope, still a chance to shape the destiny of the galaxy itself. The final stand. As the rebel fleet closed in on the Imperial citadel, the tension in the air was palpable, a tangible force that seemed to weigh upon every soul aboard the ships. Captain Alexander Renard stood upon the bridge of his vessel, his eyes fixed upon the distant silhouette of the citadel, a symbol of tyranny that loomed large in the vast expanse of space. Around him, the hum of machinery and the chatter of his crew filled the air, a symphony of anticipation as they prepared for the final confrontation with Emperor Zareth and his forces. The time for subtlety and strategy had passed. Now, there was only the unyielding resolve of those who dared to defy the Empire's grip on the galaxy. With a silent nod to his crew, Renard gave the order to advance, his ship leading the charge against the citadel's formidable defenses. As they breached the outer perimeter, they were met with a wall of fire, the Imperial cannons unleashing a torrent of destruction upon the rebel fleet. But Renard was undeterred. With nerves of steel and a heart afire with determination, he guided his ship through the maelstrom of battle, dodging enemy fire with the skill of a seasoned pilot. Around him, his fellow rebels followed suit, their ships forming a protective barrier around the valiant heart as they pressed onward towards their objective. As they drew closer to the citadel, Renard could feel the weight of destiny pressing down upon him, a burden that threatened to overwhelm even the strongest of wills. But he refused to succumb to doubt or fear, not when so much was at stake, not when the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. With a defiant roar, Renard led his fleet in a final desperate assault against the citadel's defenses, their weapons blazing and their spirits unbroken. As they breached the outer walls and stormed into the heart of the citadel, they were met with fierce resistance from the Imperial forces, their ranks bolstered by the Emperor's most elite soldiers. But Renard and his fellow rebels fought on, their determination unshakable, their resolve unwavering. For they knew that this was their moment, their chance to strike a decisive blow against the forces of tyranny that had plagued the galaxy for far too long. And as the battle raged on, amidst the swirling chaos and the deafening roar of cannons, Captain Alexander Renard and his comrades prepared to make their final stand, for the fate of humanity, for the future of the galaxy, and for the countless lives that had been lost in the struggle for freedom. Redemption in the stars. As the clash between Emperor Zareth and Captain Alexander Renard echoed through the halls of the Imperial citadel, the fate of the galaxy hung in the balance. With each strike of their blades, each parry and counter, the two adversaries danced a deadly dance, their destinies intertwined in a struggle as old as time itself. Around them, the battle raged on, the sounds of conflict reverberating through the citadel's walls. But for Zareth and Renard, there was only the fight, a primal contest of wills that would determine the course of history itself. For Renard, this was more than a battle against a tyrant. It was a chance to reclaim humanity's legacy, to defy the forces of oppression that had sought to snuff out their light. With every swing of his blade, he fought with a determination born of righteous fury, his heart aflame with the belief that justice would prevail. And for Zareth, this was a final stand, a desperate bid to cling to power in the face of overwhelming odds. Though his empire crumbled around him, he refused to yield, his pride and arrogance driving him ever forward, even as the shadows of defeat loomed large. But as the battle raged on, a realization dawned upon Zareth, a truth that he had long sought to deny. In the eyes of his adversary, he saw not hatred or malice, but something else, something that he had long forgotten: compassion. For Renard fought not out of a desire for vengeance, but out of a longing for freedom, a yearning for a better future. And in that moment, Zareth understood the folly of his ways, the emptiness of his pursuit of power, the hollowness of his reign. With a heavy heart, Zareth lowered his blade, his gaze meeting Renard's with a newfound clarity. In that moment, the chains of his tyranny fell away, replaced by a sense of remorse and regret. And as the echoes of battle faded into the silence of the citadel, Captain Alexander Renard extended a hand to his former enemy, a gesture of forgiveness, of redemption in the stars. For in the end, it was not the clash of swords or the roar of cannons that shaped the destiny of the galaxy. It was the choices we made, the paths we chose to follow. And as the two adversaries stood together amidst the ruins of the Imperial Citadel, they knew that their journey was far from over, but that together they could forge a new future, one built upon the foundations of peace, unity, and hope for all beings in the cosmos.